Okay. Uh, I've talked about him before on the podcast because he's a good friend of mine.
Yay.
He lives in closets. He's closet guy, Darren. Darren, the closet guy.
I got a real estate agent who solely goes in closets in other people's homes that I can go inhabit.
And how many days sober are you now? Do you remember?
God, actually, like at 3 a.m. today was my second week.
Really?
Second week, yep.
Oh, right.
I didn't even stop that, yeah.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
Son?
Yeah.
It's funny. I was sitting out in the lobby earlier and I was just thinking, I was like, what are some junky tendencies that I have that I've moved over to other things? And it was like eating. Eating's one of them. Sometimes I'll catch myself in the bathroom with a spoonful of peanut butter melting it so I can put it on a waffle and eat it later. This is not a good way to eat waffles.
Yeah, different reason to be at Waffle House.
Right?
Put the peanut butter on those waffles. Do you upcharge for that? I mean, you get that upcharge?
Oh, I think it's like 10 cents.
Yeah.
It's super cheap.
Now that you are sober, what would you get at? Well, because you normally get the drug, which is just a plain waffle.
Yeah.
Because it's like 10 cents.
Maybe like a waffle and a side of sausage. Just get real excited that I can afford shitty meat now. Just wrapped inside of a pig intestine casing.
Yeah.
Yay, sausage.
Yeah, I get black coffee.
Oh, dude, I can't do black coffee.
No?
Nah, it tears my stomach up. I got a real stupid stomach now. I used to be able to eat anything, like down anything, just steel trap of a stomach. But now, I like sneeze wrong and then I'll shit myself because my stomach just can't handle it.
Like what? How far do you go?
What do you mean?
Like how bad can you eat before your stomach?
Oh, I had a McGangbang today, and almost immediately after having it, Nyland, take me home. My stomach hasn't had substance in it in forever. Just please.
Yeah, dude. We were just talking about that on the last podcast. How much fast food will fuck you up?
Oh yeah, I mean it's not good for your body. It's just like pure fat and nothing but oils and stuff. It just makes you feel real shitty. Got to learn to eat better. It's so hard though.
Chris, do you have a like standard order for different like midnight diners?
Yeah, kind of do.
Yeah. What's the Waffle House one?
Like smothered and covered in scrambled egg.
Damn, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
Smothered and covered.
Yeah.
I used to get that. I used to make that at Denny's. And it's, what is it, gravy and cheese? Like,
I think some chili too.
Yeah. Well, if you go real hardcore, oh my God, that stuff just cakes down your throat and into your arteries, just full of gravy.
But it makes the sad things go away.
Right. What about Denny's? Do you have a Denny's pick?
Yeah, and of course, the moon's over Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Miami.
That's what my mom gets.
Miami.
That's her shit. Oh my God. When my mom was hungover the next day, we would always go to Danny's and she would get the moons over Miami. Whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
She munches down.
Ham, cheese, and sourdough.
Please soak up all the alcohol.
Yeah. Oh. That's got eggs on it, I think.
Yeah. So do huevos.
Yeah, I made that many times.
Eggs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I used to I would get, when I was feeling pretty bad, I would go to Denny's and get the slam burger in burrito form. Like just X-nail on the bun, roll that shit up in a tortilla so I can eat it. You can do that. I guess a lot of people don't know you can do that. Just order a hamburger and say burrito form.
That was like a Mexican hamburger.
Yeah. It's just all the shit of a hamburger and a tortilla. I prefer that. I like burrito format for food.
Yeah. It's all mixed together already. Yeah. Just easier access to shove down your gullet. Oh geez. This jacket.
Yeah. Can you, because you haven't really told me if there's a story or not behind how you got that shit.
I'll go ahead and spread out 3 different versions and we'll just go ahead and roll the bones on which one is true.
Did you have a question, Chris, about why?
I think I'm scared to ask more of the question, how?
Well, I either swindled a hooker out of this jacket, either a hooker gave it to me, or I gambled a hooker for it.
Uh-huh.
And either way, I'm really sad that I obtained it. It was not worth the time to have it. It just it's soft and it's warm, but it's also covered in a lot of stains. Like I think it was black when she first got it. And now I'm stuck with this.
Yeah, I went to try and wash it, and there was a big yellow stain where I grabbed, and I just washed my hands.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that spot sizzle like once or twice. It's just, ew. It's not good. Yeah, I feel a little dirty wearing it. Because like when I first got it, I was super high, and I was like, yeah, that jacket's awesome. And then after I sobered up, I was like, ooh. It's like the bottom of a dirty motel floor right there that I'm wearing on my body.
Yeah, how many someone who was wearing that jacket had a lot of dicks on the bottom of a strip club floor.
I'm pretty sure that like you know how in Hiroshima when they dropped the bomb, they still have like those shadows on like walls and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I seen the shadow of a dick on the back of this jacket.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I gotta not do that because I'm not acclimated to it because I've been smoking cigarettes.
Which
So I'll just start coughing.
you think it would numb your throat enough, like just straight up coat it enough to be able to handle vaping, but it doesn't. Vapes like it's a whole different animal. Same sport, different team, bro.
How you just reached a milestone in your sobriety, right? Like the other day. How many months was it?
It's like 4 months to 5 years. So
Really?
Jesus.
like, yeah, 56 months.
Damn.
6 months. Good on you.
I wonder what I'm at in months. I recorded by years. It's June 12th is my sober date. I think, how many years of it? 2015?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about.
So it'll be 2 years in June.
Yeah.
I didn't save the date. I have no idea what day that I got sober on. I remember waking up and being pissed because I had to get sober. So I just got real angry. But I don't know. I don't think saving the sobriety date's like that important to me.
Well, I remember when I did that too, but after like a month, I went back and looked it up and like figured it out. I was like, okay, so it was probably on this day. And yeah. So I just keep it tracked by that day. Because it's also when I started doing stand-up again.
Oh, okay.
Is I got sober, quit my job immediately, and went to the first open mic I found, which was the Underground, that mic.
Oh, okay.
And then I started going to the Zodiac Weekly. But yeah, so that's also my date of how long I've been doing stand-up. Like seriously.
Yeah.
Before that, I was just like JJ, where I'd get hammered and yell a bunch of shit on stage and not write anything down. Yeah.
I have a problem with writing. It's scrambled eggs all over the place with my writing. It's fucking stupid.
Yes, when I first got sober, like Pablo, and Francisco and I were gonna take a 2-month break from drinking because, like, we were the club where you got your first 2 drinks free.
Yeah.
And then everything else was half price.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to that.
Between like Friday and Sunday night, my bar tab was $350.
My God, at half price drinks.
Right?
Holy
and
shit.
like people even buying me drinks. I mean, because I would drink like top shelf Patron.
Really?
You know, double shot of Patron is like $18 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Jack Daniels, whatever. Crazy.
Yeah, whiskey was my big one. I miss scotch. Is the one thing I miss, because that would be the only thing I would enjoy drinking. Is I I told myself I would drink McCormick's whiskey and like shitty whiskey. And it did work because then I would go drink some top shelf scotch and just sip it, and it tasted amazing.
Yeah.
But my palate was so ruined by garbage that when I had something good, it would be amazing. So I still miss that, but it's not worth all the effort of drinking a handle of McCormick's whiskey in order for the tin cup to taste amazing. That was my favorite drink, was tin cup whiskey.
Tin cup whiskey, what is that exactly?
It's made in Colorado. It's made by the same guy who made Stranahan's.
Oh, okay.
And he sold that to a company which now mass produces it. But then the next whiskey he made here in Colorado is called Tin Cup.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing. It's my favorite. My favorite thing I ever had.
You know, with alcohol being so expensive, I'm really surprised that I don't hear more stories about alcoholics sucking dick to get alcohol. But then again, it could be that they just don't remember.
Right. It's just easier to get is why.
Oh, yeah.
You can scrounge together some change for a small bottle.
Right, exactly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, $3
Yeah.
will buy you vodka, liquor, whatever.
Yeah.
And a beer is just stupid.
Yeah.
You can find
Right.
generic whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Label. Did they still make that?
Yeah, I
Black
think so,
Label,
yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah. No, that's if your options are find $3 or suck dick. I think it's a little easier to get.
I got what? Sorry, I had a thought, but it was one of those thoughts that ran away.
Uh-huh. No, that's ridiculous. I was talking to you about how no one hits bottom until the money's gone. Like, isn't that kind of silly that you don't hit your, like, you'll have the worst day of your life, but if there's still money in the account, you haven't hit bottom yet. You have to run out of money and then have the third worst day of your life before, like, maybe I should straighten up my act. Doesn't matter how much you have, it has to be gone first.
Do you have drunk dreams?
Drunk dreams?
Like dreams that you drink?
I had dreams where I don't remember being drunk. Like, I'm not drunk in my dreams, but I will feel normal and like just me normal dreaming.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'll say I had been drinking.
Weird.
Like, I don't feel drunk in the dream, but I just have the panic of like, oh shit, I've been drinking all night. Someone's gonna die. But like, I don't see drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
I always have like the dream of, oh fuck, and I drank them back to zero.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
I didn't even think about that. The clock.
Yeah.
Of like how much time you saved up, because it becomes like kind of a badge after a while.
Yeah. I've seen that on TV before. I've never actually done that. I've never done you've been this many days sober, but I've seen it on TV, and that feeling seems like it would be awful. Just like, you have 4 years sober, and then boop, 0 days.
0 days.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be a terrible feeling.
Oh my God, it's a nightmare.
What was the worst was like in the first couple months, the same people who were on my ass about stopping were like, oh, come on, one more. It's like, you've been bitching at me for years.
Yeah.
And now I've quit, and now you're trying to get me to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I don't know if you ever heard me do that bit on Sobriety where I would drink and a bunch of my friends would be like, man, you go pretty hard. Maybe you might be an alcoholic. You should quit. And I was like, and then one day I did quit, and now I don't see those friends anymore because they're all out drinking. I get to hang out with them anymore. But I have better friends now, so that's good.
I had to, what do you call it? Like, definitely cut a lot of relationships and ties and stuff like that, because now if I talk to any of those people, I'm just gonna immediately punch them because I'm so afraid. Just like, oh, I don't want to be around you. Just fight and flight, just punch and run.
What's the thing when I got sober. I was kind of bummed to lose all those relationships.
Yeah.
But then it dawned on me, I was like, I don't want to hang out with people that rob me.
Yeah.
And steal from me. Why do I miss those people?
When I cried for a little while to hang out with them, and it's like, why am I going to a bar and buying them drink?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because one night, like I went out and I was drinking soda, and a night of drinking soda cost me $94.
Oh God.
Some good ass soda.
I have a couple ulcers.
Ooh.
So carbonation fucks with my stomach hardcore. And if I drink a whole Coke, I have to go lay down. So I'm in a lot of pain. So $94, I think that would kill me. I think I'd die. $94 of soda. Oh shit. But I like those. I like the O'Douls. That was a good way to, I guess, wean off without weaning off. Like I had that option with O'Douls, where like it's none of the alcohol, but something about the taste gives you some sort of like
placebo effect.
What is it? Or just it would click in my brain a little bit that like, okay, it's time to relax just by the taste of it. But then I went a while without O'Douls because you don't need it. It's just calorie water.
Yeah,
that tastes like beer. And then I had one, and when I tasted beer, I had such a moment of panic that I was like, is this real? Is this real? Just all of the fear came flooding back.
Yeah. Like, oh, shit. As one thing I've noticed with becoming sober is like, I used to do heroin, and heroin addicts are lazy as shit. So when I was like, oh, I'm going to get sober, and I'm going to be so active, and just do all these fucking things. And now I wake up and I just immediately go, ugh, and I feel so lazy. Just immediately put my face into a pile of filth and just not care.
Yeah.
It smells like shit, but I don't care. Just too lazy to do anything.
Is that just that drug attracts people who are lazy, or?
Well, oh yeah, I would definitely think so because like,
by the way, is anyone drinking this?
You are.
I am. Awesome.
Damn it.
I need to wet my whistle.
Yeah.
My whistle is too dry. My desert whistle.
Fuck the desert. Yeah, a lot of lazy people really like heroin.
I've been through the desert on a horse with me.
A horse made of heroin.
Yeah, that was an old joke.
Yeah.
Some guy said, you think after all that time in the desert, he would have time to know the fucking horse.
Go across the Sahara, never thought of it. Never thought of one the whole time. God damn. How about dunes? No.
Dunes.
Just stick with Buttercup. To me that's the standard horse name is Buttercup.
Buttercup. I hate horses. Horses scare me because I've been either bit, kicked, or like trampled by horses my entire life. I don't know if it's like something about me personally, but horses seem to hate me.
I think all animals hate you to a certain degree because you are constantly being attacked and you are afraid of them.
Yeah, it's weird. Just I don't know. Don't know. Cool. Great way to keep a conversation going.
Remember when I got shocked by the horse fence?
Oh my God. That's actually still one of my favorite memories because I hopped over it just fine.
Yeah.
You were like, Darren, you're not as drunk as I am. Go check the fence.
Yeah.
And me not knowing that the fence was electric and also set to grizzly bear was like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. So I finally step over this fence. I get 1 foot over. Nothing happens. 2nd foot over and didn't get shocked at all. I'm like, Nyland, it's safe. It's perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. Like you got 2 feet within that thing and that fucker started going off. Just buzzed the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. I have a long-standing tradition of almost dying while drinking or like really badly hurting myself.
Yeah.
And because of alcohol, like I was in that situation because of alcohol, but it also saved me
from feeling the pain.
Yeah, from feeling the pain. And like, you know how if you get in a car crash and you're hammered, they're like, well, he didn't tense up, so he didn't break anything. I did a lot of that with drinking.
Because you broke your femur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have hurt a lot more.
One of the most painful things ever.
When you were drunk?
Oh, I was hammered.
Yeah, so was I. I broke my femur.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
In a car accident.
Oh, that was one of the car accidents?
And like, I was told I should have been in like huge pain. You know?
Yeah. No, I was ridiculously hammered, and I didn't feel any pain really until the next morning.
Oh.
Because I broke my femur walking down a driveway covered in ice. And what I did was I slipped on the ice and just twisted my leg. Oh. And I guess what I did is I fractured my femur there. But I just wrote it off as like, I think I sprained my ankle. I'm fine. And then I walked home on it. And when you do that, it just with every step broke a little bit more until it finally cracked. And I was still putting weight on it because I thought I was like, I'm just not going to be a pussy. I'm going to keep walking. Walk off the, that's an old thing. Just walk off the spring. It'll go away is what I was taught.
Yeah.
So as I put more pressure on it, the bones snapped and then went next to each other and started pushing together in my leg.
Oh God.
So when I woke up the next morning, my foot was facing the wrong way and there was a giant bulge in the middle of my leg.
Jesus Christ.
And they had to pull it apart, strap it back, and then bolt it together with a metal plate.
Fuck you. This is terrible, dude. Oh God, that would be, I've never.
Vodka's a motherfucker.
Yeah. The closest thing I've had to that.
You don't even realize you're drunk on vodka. You get to do things like that.
It sneaks up.
Walk home on a broken femur.
You never catch a heroin addict doing that. One, because they're going to be passed out and not active. So you get bed sores more than you get anything. I think the worst injury I ever sustained from heroin was and a lot of junkies get this, but where you miss a vein and it what is that? What are those cysts? You get cysts and stuff in your arms. And I remember I woke up one morning and I looked down at my arm and there's this golf ball sized red ass cyst on my arm, and I called you and I was like, Nyland, I'm in an emergency. I need your help. Because I was getting ready to start a job that day, but I had it's terrible. I know it was like they numbed me up and everything like that, but it just terrible feeling of driving a blade into your skin and just pus and shit coming out. It was the worst. Thanks for saving my life, by the way, because that would have gotten infected and then I would have died. I wouldn't even have been high either, so it would have been a double whammy. I'm pissed off.
Well, this story isn't the same at all, but that reminded me of this thing where I was at the doctor like a week ago and they had to do some blood work. So this kid comes in with a needle and I'm holding my arm out and just like I'm watching his hand with the needle just
shaky as shit.
Just shaky, and he's nervous and sweating, and I'm like, calm down, man. And he just stabs me in the
oh God.
And he immediately panics and he's like, okay, I'll go get someone who knows how to do this. Is what he said. But I was like, no, it's okay, man. It's okay. I get hurt all the time. It's just a little odd waiting for it. But I was like, stab me again. Just take your time. Take a deep breath. And I coached him through how to inject into my vein. And he got it the third time.
Third time's the charm. I've been there.
Yeah. But he was like, I'm so sorry. Thanks, man. I stabbed this white lady wrong and she yelled at me for 20 minutes. And then he came in there and tried to stab me after he was all freaked out.
It's always a weird thing. Like, no matter how much practice you have with a needle, there's always that really bad feeling like of missing, of like not being able to hit the vein. I've spent hours literally doing, because I'm a stupid junkie and all my veins collapsed. But yeah, I still have a fear of needles. Like, yeah. I don't like the idea of them entering my skin, but I used to do it. Just, used to do it. But Yeah, no, I thought of a needle the other day and my hand started getting real shaky. Not because I wanted it, but because it like freaked me out. Because needles are scary. You're poking a fucking hole inside of your skin. It's weird. I don't know. Even with all my practice, I still fuck up.
Yeah. No, that stuff that you used to just use on a daily basis kind of gets frightening in sobriety because it just becomes a symbol of your life going to shit.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, drunk dreams. Yeah.
Can I take this off now?
Oh,
I hate
totally.
this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to get, I don't want these stains to like seep through the jacket and get into my skin.
You feel high again. You're like, no, 2 weeks.
Why?
It's just from the stains on the jacket.
Oh. Maybe I should lick this jacket then when you're asleep.
No, we're going to set that thing on fire outside.
Oh. Yeah, no, whoops, damn it. Oh, what do you call it? I was kind of hard on myself the other day because I was at my parents' house when you dropped me off, and I just started immediately binge eating because like the reason you and I were talking about it, but put down the spoon, pick up the fork type thing.
Yeah.
I think the reason why a lot of heroin or recovering heroin addicts do that is because eating a bunch of food fills that kind of same void that heroin does. Like a guy that you two, no, I don't want to name any names or anything like that, but he was like, yeah, no, he's like, I'll just binge eat and then go into a food coma because it feels the same. It's like, yeah, no, I totally understand. Coma. Yeah. It's like, or sugar with cocaine. You're saying it lights up the same part in your brain. I'm pretty sure that's what food does with heroin as well. You get real sleepy and tired and comfy and all good or whatever. But I was like, oh, I shouldn't be eating so much. I'm going to get fat. And my dad looked at me and he's like, so? Who cares? You're not doing heroin. Have another sandwich. Okay. Thanks, Daddy.
Just justification.
I mean, I'm trying not to eat too much. I'm trying to have a little bit of self-control with small things. And I've noticed that those small things help me get through the day. Which I have to do that a lot. I have to think a lot about the small things or whatever. But I'm like, okay, well, if I eat a little extra today, I'll have to go run it off. And even having that thought or idea will immediately make me feel better. Now, whether or not I go run it off the next day, it depends on how I feel. But yeah, no, I'm trying to give myself little wins and not try to take too much for granted right now and just work out the process. Feeling good about it, whatever. But smell like a potato now. I don't sweat chemicals, but apparently my natural body odor is potatoes.
All my closets smell like potatoes.
Which I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised that we've never noticed it before because you can't smell and I was always asleep.
No, I don't have a sense of smell.
Which is nice.
It terrifies me. I'm worried that I'm going to miss out on it's some ancient monkey shit that if I had no sense of smell before, I would have died off and not bred. But Chris, did you ever, I guess, try and supplement the drinking with something else? Because I definitely have caffeine and cigarettes that I just try and use instead of drinking.
Yeah, I mean, sugar.
Sugar?
Yeah. And that's a weird thing, too. Because I have a friend who would bitch at me. She was like, and like a year ago, I had a close friend die. And like, you know, that's one of the triggers you just want to go get drunk. And instead, like, I bought donuts, something.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, this is great. So now every time someone dies, you're gonna eat donuts. And I'm like, well, it's better than having a handle. Jack.
Right, yeah. Better than relapsing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would so much rather just binge on like some donuts or hot wings. Hot wings. I'm so excited about hot wings for my birthday.
Hot wings for your birthday?
Yeah, that's Chris, I don't know if we told you, but we're gonna try to do something here for my birthday where we do movies And I try to get excited about things that aren't drugs now. And I'm trying to remember about like my favorite things. And one of those is fucking hot wings. I'm so excited to be able to afford hot wings and not have thumbs up to the camera.
No, I do that to mess with the Wellmans. Sometimes I make weird faces at the camera because they're the only ones that notice.
Oh, that's so good. That's so funny. I the first week was pretty bad physically, as far as like body aches and shakes and stuff like that go. And I was thinking, I was just laying there one day, and I started to shake, and I thought of Chris, and immediately I just went and do the Wellman shake, and I just like sat there in bed shaking.
It's great.
That's for you, Chris.
Did you get any of those when you quit drinking? Because I got some major headaches and my body was messed up for like almost a week, but nothing as bad as you went through detoxing. I just like couldn't think because my head hurt so bad.
Yeah, it took a while, to get like clear again. Yeah, because before I quit, like the last couple months especially, I don't think I was sober for 1 second.
Yeah.
Like I woke up and had a beer or a shot and,
That's how you would start your day. Yeah, it's routine at that point. It's just a natural habit to do it. It's oh God, what was just the thought that I was going to have? It's something I was going to ask you, Chris, I think. What the fudge was it? Oh, okay. We'll just go ahead and punch out on that idea. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, I did something a little different where I did that. I went through a couple months where I wasn't sober at all, and I don't remember much of anything. And then I decided after, like, I woke up and realized my whole life was fucked. I decided I was going to quit drinking, but I couldn't do it. So I got a job, and it happened to be right next to a liquor store.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I was just fucking myself every day, having to enter my job and then come out and pass it after I was angry from work.
Right.
And then it took me almost a year. It was like 9 months of slowly trying to last as long as I could at a time.
Was that when you worked at the store?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's when I worked at the store. So, what is it? So it'd be like the first time I'm like, all right, I'm going to quit drinking. And then later that night, I've got a bottle. And then I was like, all right, this time's the time. And then I'd make it 2 nights. And it just, for 9 months, I did that slowly up and up until one day I was absolutely hungover at work. And I was like, I think I'm done. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with this. I was like, I'll have to wait till I'm completely sober to make sure. But I think I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah.
And then the next thought I had after was I just quit drinking was I hate this job. And I immediately turned to my boss and told him to fuck himself and quit. Like without having the thing at the end of the day to say I'm going to go drinking after this. I just didn't want to do that job anymore because it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I can't do
Every
this.
day I would tell myself, well, in 3 more hours, I get to go home and get drunk. And once that wasn't there, I was like, in 3 more hours, I hate this. I hate this whole fucking day.
Like, yeah, no, I'm not going to put myself through this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I had kind of a weird, like last sober thought or whatever, is that I was talking to you and I was waiting for you to get back from Mexico or whatever. And so I was like, okay, well, I have this much time to get as fucked up as I possibly can before I try to get my life together. And like on the very last night, I went and bought like $200 worth of heroin. And I was like, I'm going to shove this all in my vein. And if I don't wake up, I don't. But if I do, I guess I'll get sober. And so finally, like 8 maybe 10 p.m. the next day, like 30 hours later, I woke up and just went, fuck! Now I gotta do this. And then ever since then, after about the first week, because I talked to you a lot about like when I'm feeling anxious and stuff like that, and that helps out a bunch. But just trying to deal with triggers. Like I've had moments where I've wanted to do it, but I haven't once hit the oh god, what is that? Nothing's triggered me as bad for me just to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to doing it, which I think is a really like it's a nice feeling to have, because this is the first time of trying to get sober that it's actually happened for this long.
Yeah,
like
you beat your old record.
Oh yeah, definitely. I beat my old record by like, I think after like the 3rd hour mark of not doing any heroin, I beat my record. Just before then, it was like, oh, it's been 20 minutes, I gotta go. It's weird. Today I was noticing, the last couple of days I've been drinking a lot of liquids and fluids and stuff like that, just to try to stay hydrated. And
not also water, just other people's liquids and fluids.
I go and drain them while they're not looking.
Yeah.
But I have the bladder of a 5-year-old, so it makes me have to pee a lot. And I was just thinking, I was like, I wonder if people think I'm doing drugs in the bathroom, because I'm going like every 10 minutes like a coke addict here.
Yeah.
It was like, and I was like, oh, I really hope that's not what they're thinking, because really my bladder's just shit and I can't like hold it in for very long. So like, I have to go immediately.
I've thought about that because I'm in a weird situation where I have to protect my interest of helping him get sober. So like I have to investigate and try and catch him doing heroin. Like that's part of my job in helping him, is I have to try and catch him.
I'm so glad I'm going to disappoint you on that one, where you're never going to be right on that one.
No, I'm like a detective right now. Like who's Jordan Pruitt?
Jordan Pruitt. I think that's Nick's old roommate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Are you sure? Because you called him 5 days ago.
Jordan Pruitt.
Yeah, at least that's who the number is registered to.
What number is it?
I'd have to show you.
Jordan Pruitt. I don't think I know a Jordan Pruitt, bro.
Yeah, from Denver.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's a number in your phone that you didn't save as a contact. So I was like, who is this?
Well, I've been on, what do you call it? Like Meet Me and stuff like that. So I've been talking
to... I found those numbers, but but Jordan Pruitt was the one that I was like, that sounds familiar.
The only Jordan that I know is Nick's roommate or Nick's old roommate, Jordan.
Yeah.
But I don't know what his last name is. I don't know.
Right? But like I said, I'm a detective with this shit. I let that one go.
I want to know. No, I actually want to know, because I have no idea who or what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, this is really weird.
Well, okay. So you can delete your search history from the computer. You can delete that, but you can still go back into the commands prompt and pull up what you deleted. Mm-hmm. So I can check that, and I can do the same thing on your phone. So what is it? So I can look up old deleted content. But one of the numbers that came up, because there was like 5 numbers that you called or text.
I texted
that weren't registered still in your text messages. Mm-hmm. And of the 5, like 4 of them were hookers. And then one was Jordan Pruitt. But I was like trying to see like, okay, so why would you call someone and not save their contact information unless they were like a dealer?
Well, I didn't save Nick's number.
Yeah, he was also in there. I assumed he was one of the hookers. Yeah.
No, man, that was just me being a fucking weirdo, because I took that Adderall. So I was like, oh, horny. and when you get off heroin, your sex drive is ridiculous, which I know I can't afford a hooker, but I like the attention of talking to them. But
you string a hooker along on a possible deal because it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I do stuff like that. But yeah, dude, I don't think I know a Jordan Pruitt.
Yeah, that was just the only number that didn't come up on back pages or someone I knew.
Yeah.
And it was registered to a Jordan Pruitt in Denver.
Jordan Pruitt in Denver. Mm-hmm. The only person I've talked to who's in Denver is Haley Aochi. But I have her number saved as Aochi, so.
But anyway, but like my point being, I have to also try and actively catch you doing heroin because I kind of want to throw you out.
Tired of your shit.
Yeah, I'm tired of your shit. So, but that's part of helping someone get sober. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because if I like repost a picture from like when I was drinking, I immediately get comments. What's that in your hand?
Yeah.
a beer bottle from 8 years ago.
Do they even make Schlitz anymore? Yeah.
Or if it's an old rule, like if they can't see
the label. Oh, yeah.
You're drinking.
I've gotten that before, with O'Doul's. I don't have pictures from when I was drinking. I wasn't very keen on pictures, and I'm glad because I have like 2 pictures on my computer saved. Every time there's a picture of me doing stand up or at a stand up event, I save it. And the first one from back when I was drinking that was saved, that's never going to be shown to the light of day unless it's a before photo.
Oh, okay.
Because it is gross. It is really gross. But I've just by virtue of being sober lost 60 pounds so far.
Good job, dude.
Yeah. So I keep running. I have another 40 to lose to technically be healthy.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 220 right now.
I weigh 185, bitch.
So you mean now I have 50 pounds to lose in order to be healthy?
What's even sadder is that that's with this hooker coat on, my boots, and some change
in
my pocket.
So being sober, are you going to have to bulk up instead of lose weight?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, I still want to lose some weight because it'll be easier to get that flatter stomach and stuff like that. Because, I mean, I still technically consider myself fat because I'm super pudgy. Like when I put decent shirts on, I look somewhat skinny. But with the shirt off, it's just a shit show of unmanaged bullshit and hair growing out of my chest and stuff like that. So like we've been trying to run, and he told me to lift the other day and stuff like that because it's a lot easier to turn fat into muscle than it is to just try to rebuild muscle from scratch. So not gonna be fat, gonna be healthy, but I still want to eat like a fucking barbarian all the time. Like I'm still thinking about those hot wings like right now. I
just enjoy putting in the work to sobriety and the rest of my life, that things just incrementally get better.
The rewards they do, like when you got me those comic books the other day, small
victory.
Yeah, well, what do you call it? That day too. That day, I think I told you I looked over at you and I was like, I'm not sure about this sobriety thing because it's starting to backfire. And then you were like, hey man, I got you these for your like 2 week, or it was like a day or two ago, so close enough to 2 weeks. And like it turned my whole day around.
Yeah.
Or I was like, fuck yeah. And then, we got home right away and I read them, and then I read them like 3 or 4 more times. And now I'm in love with the main character and I want her to touch me. But that's one thing I'm looking forward to is reaping the rewards of like putting the actual work
of having a life.
Like that. Yeah. Not hanging out under bridges no more. I almost got robbed under a bridge once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was down in Denver, and there was like a Spear and Colfax area. There's a lot of drugs going on down there. You just see like a bunch of Mexicans with puffed out cheeks because they would hide them in balloons inside of their cheeks. Yeah. And they would just, and then here you go. Hey. And then you would just walk away. But, I went down there one day and
you want to go fill up your chair, Chris, and we can make some money?
They shut that shit down.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of people were people were getting ballsy, dude. Like they would, a few people got stabbed in broad daylight. A few people got robbed. I almost got robbed once, where this junkie came up to me and he's like, "Hey, you looking?" And I was like, "No," but a junkie can recognize another junkie.
Right.
So like he immediately knew, and I guess he was like kind of like following me when I took my money out. To go up to the guy or whatever. He ran up and hit the shit out of me, and it freaked me out. But like I think out of like junkie reaction, I immediately just fisted up the money in my hand and like held it like it was the most important thing in the world. It's like, I'm not getting hit and not getting my fix today. That is not happening. So like I turned around and like I freaked the fuck out on him, and there were a bunch of people around. So, luckily he didn't take it any further than that. And then so I walked 3 steps to the left, bought my drugs, and then ran. back to the car, you know. But yeah, no, it was crazy. They like sent SWAT down there and busted a shit ton of people too, because there were people just like shooting up or, you know, smoking like right in front of kids, because they use that path for like riding bikes and stuff like that. It's like one of those things. But yeah, like the 7 News went down there or whatever, and you would just see like a junkie in the background just sticking a needle in his arm. Just like, Jesus, dude.
See, that's an interesting thing to me about comedy is I like people like you to get into comedy with some fucked up shit, because some people have to like learn how to write, learn themselves, learn what's funny about what they might write, have interesting observations. You just have to learn how to better tell a story.
Yeah.
You're golden. Yeah. Just learn how to tell a story and put in funny shit. See, and it's great.
My biggest problem with that is like you were telling me the other day, you're like, yeah, your set would have went better if you actually told your jokes in order. Like you didn't start off with the punchline and then tried to back up from there.
Yeah. No, you were just too nervous and you had it all backwards.
Yeah. What do you call? I'll do that if I don't organize my notes right when I write, because when I do write, it literally is like scrambled eggs. It'll start out somewhat organized where I'll skip a few lines and then I just start writing random shit in any space that I can. So when I go back and look through my notes, I don't know what is the beginning of a sentence and what's the end of a sentence, and it's just I don't know, it gets really confusing. But
well, maybe I mean, try different things. Maybe if you think of a
that's
story
why I'm
like
in
that,
this
like
position,
that bridge,
because I tried different things.
In order to try stand up, maybe joke writing isn't the way to get into it. I mean, it's super important, but to start out, you just want to be able to do well enough to be on stage,
comfortable talking in front of an audience,
and then more of the mechanics of it can kind of come later. But maybe just try telling a story and seeing if you can take it to a funny place, because you'll know what happens in the story.
Yeah,
like you'll know the beats of it. You won't tell the end first.
Okay, yeah, no, I lost my thought on that one too. Damn, that sucks.
You got poop brain?
Yeah, I smoked a bit of weed before we did this, which I'm still trying to get used to again, because I used to smoke a lot of weed before I did heroin, and now I take like 2 hits, especially because it's been like 3 or 4 years since I was an active stoner, and the weed's gotten so much crazier since then. So it's like I take 1 hit and immediately just straight Jack Nicholson from The Shining, jaw dropped and just staring into space. It's like I had to tell you the other day, it's like, dude, if I stare at the wall for longer than 10 minutes, like poke me, because there's nothing going on up there. It's just wall. I like that wall.
It is interesting to me what you can and can't handle in your sobriety.
Like the things that I've told you about and stuff? Or like...
Right. Well, like some people can't, you know, they can't have Snickers, or else they'll be killing a hooker in, like in 8 hours. Like there's those people like that, like Andy Dick. Like he's sober for 3 hours every couple of months, and then someone like shows him a kite and it's too much for him to handle, and he's, you know, naked in front of a class of school children again.
Tried feeding Andy Dick a sugar cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
because it's just about keeping your life together. So anything that's not gonna fuck you up is kind of okay.
Yeah,
but it depends on like how much you're willing to fuck around with it.
I was thinking about what do you call it? I thought it was really weird how that when I took that Adderall, how much it had affected my body by not having chemicals in my body for you know, the time being or whatever. And it was really weird. It was like doing Adderall for the first time again, where I stood up for a really long time. My teeth hurt because I, you know, got grinding them and that stuff like going. That. Yeah, but it was something that I wasn't like expecting. But I also took like a 30 milligram pill, so I should have known better. Yeah. But when I would do Adderall, I would do it on heroin, so it would just even me out. And now that I'm not on heroin, it just went straight, like just shot up, like your heart's going like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so that's one thing I'm still trying to fill out about things that I know I can have, and then things that I don't really want to touch anymore. Right. Like drinking. I still want to have, you know, a couple beers, a few, you know, shots or whatever, but I don't want to get sloppy drunk.
Yeah. You just have to be careful in managing it.
Yeah.
because it's going to be one of those things of you use it, you lose it. If you fuck it up. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm the same way with blow, where if I start going out of the parameters of my rules, I'll just flush it down the toilet and be rid of it.
Yeah, it's like you have to at that point. Like, hopefully, that's one of the hardest things too, is being able to realize it. I mean, after a while, after practice and being around drugs for so long, you can pick up on those signs pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that's like going to be one of like the most important things as far as sobriety goes, is stopping at your limit before you get there. Like you can see the end of you can see the brick wall at the end of the tunnel or whatever, and you can either stop the train or you can just try to hit it. Right. And if you try to hit it, you're gonna fuck up everything that you just worked for.
Yeah.
Like,
did you do the steps, Chris? Did you do AA?
I'm in a wheelchair. You asked me if I did steps.
Asshole.
How'd you get sober wheels? Did you do steps?
The 12 ramps.
Yeah, but did you do the 12 ramps?
Yeah, I kind of did on my own. I mean, not necessarily by the book. Like, I tried it, and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I kind of felt the same way.
God bless people who do it and it works. But for me, it was like, instead of going to a bar every night, it was going to a meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But it was like, well, wait a minute. If I'm just trading this life for a life of hanging out with drunks who are drinking, you know, that's kind of weird. And like, some people are so militant, you know.
Yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend who would call them a-holes.
Yeah.
You know.
That was the my next question though, because I didn't know if you went or did the steps. Is some people how would some people, especially in those meetings, react if like, well, I'm sober 2 years off booze. I mean, I still do a little blow occasionally.
Amen, brother.
Would they not count that? I don't know, because I never really went and did that. I went to like 2 meetings and they bummed me out.
Yeah.
And I started looking at it as stand up, and then I decided I shouldn't go because I was like, I need to write down my 5 minutes for this AA meeting.
I've enjoyed every NA meeting that I've been to.
Yeah.
Most of the people that I met there were like super helpful, very positive people, but I don't like going to the meetings.
No.
I mean, you know, they were fun, they were enjoyable, but I think I'm a little too either too self-conscious, or I don't care enough to hear about their issues because I'm trying to deal with mine. And I also don't think that they care about mine. You know, it's they might. I know everyone's there to like support each other, but yeah, no, it's not. I would much rather just sit in a dark room and listen to music and be like, okay, you're gonna be fine, than having to go into a room full of people and be like, I'm Darren, I did heroin, I know you all know what that's like, here I am. Just like
Well, I wonder if it's you get something out of it where if you're filling a void with alcohol or something, maybe it helps to have a room full of people who be like, hi, Darren. Like, we see you, you're not invisible.
Well, I like talking to you.
But that helps. But that's not I guess that wasn't my problem with it, so I never sought out
okay.
I guess other help. I kind of got totally sober on my own.
Yeah, no, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have helped you, but I was sleeping.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed that process of introspection.
Yeah.
Like figuring stuff out again as having a sober life and trying to go forward and have an actual life rather than just like fucking it up and not caring.
And, you know, we've talked about this before about, like, how not drinking, like, changed how we interacted with women.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
because like now it's hard for me to like start up a conversation with a woman like in face to face.
Yeah.
Because like I still want to do that. Oh, can I buy you a drink or whatever? But there's also that part of me now is like, it's almost a test of if he takes that drink.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of drink is that?
Yeah.
And, like,
I see.
you know, I mean, I hate to be a hypocrite, but
Right.
I don't want to be with another alcoholic.
Yeah. And I mean, if you work at bars,
Right.
right, it's hard to avoid because drunks like to go to bars. That is an interesting one for me too, because I spent so many developing years drunk from like 17 on to 22 that I didn't learn how to talk to women really. Like I didn't know when I would go home with someone, it was just a blur of like what might have happened. Yeah. So so when I got sober, I was like, how did I ever do this? I have no idea what to do.
How do I fill my time?
Yeah, I was talking about trying to talk to women.
Oh, okay.
It's like I had no idea what I ever did that worked because I was always drunk.
Yeah.
So, and you don't have that drunk confidence anymore. So you have to manufacture that. And at the same time, if I'm hitting on girls my age, they're usually hammered, which like that's not fun.
Mm-hmm. I have a harder time trying to pick up chicks who are drunk because that usually means that I'm drunk, and I start to stumble over words. But I found it is easier to try to pick up a chick who's drunk over a chick who's nodding out from heroin because they're just unresponsive at that point. And I don't want to be all Bill Cosby-ish.
You should come a little closer. I don't want you ripping out that headphone.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
But yeah, you're all good.
But since my sex drive is back, it's a little weird to have that feeling again, but I can't I can't push it because I can't just go fuck any hole that's out there. That's gross. It's not going to make me feel better about myself.
That's called being an alcoholic.
Exactly. I look back at some of the women that I was with when I was drinking. And there's no way I'd be with them now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And it's not like that they were unattractive or whatever. I mean, some of them, but, you know.
There's just, there's a lot of people out there, regardless of gender, that are just bad people. That you shouldn't be hanging out with alone in a dark room. Yeah. I had the same thing where this girl asked what my number was, and I scared her because turns out her number was 3. And I had a very big number. She was like, how do you have sex with that many people? And I was like, you just don't care about yourself. And you know, every time you've had the opportunity to have sex and you said no because it wasn't a good idea, never said no to that because I was usually hammered.
Yeah.
So that's how you get a big number. And it's not fun.
It's never fun not to remember the night before and have to go get yourself checked.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
I remember when I got sober and got an STD test and they said I was clean. And I was like, you want to double check that? You want to take some more? Because I'm kind of surprised.
I was like, are you sure?
I lucked out with that.
Because when I peed in the cup, it was starting to sizzle through the bottom.
Like alien blood?
Yeah. Just so toxic.
My dick has that little mouth. My dick has a little dick comes out of the urethra like alien.
It's so not a good feeling. There are some dudes who shoot up in their dicks. That shit blows my mind. I mean, well, the veins in there are super prominent, big, but dude, never.
You just want to kill the veins in your dick.
Yeah. It's just, well, actually, I shouldn't say never.
Because that's the thing that I've been, one of the things that you've said that interests me is how you'll start out with, oh my God, I could never. And then 3 minutes later, you'll be like, oh, I did. Like I could never get fucked up under a bridge. Oh wait, no, I used to do that all the time. I just forgot.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like when I do start out that conversation, my brain legitimately thinks like, oh yeah, no wait, you haven't done that. And then I do start thinking like it's I do start thinking about it, and I actually run into like, oh wait, you did. Like that dude who was smoking crack in the store bathroom the other day. Yeah. And I was like, God, I never get high in a public restroom. And then I was like, wait. You've gotten high at King Supers, you've gotten high at work, you've gotten high in the parking lot. I was like, fuck, I've gotten high in public a lot. Duh. That shit dawned on me. I know all the best spots to go park so no one sees you.
You know, Elle taught me this. There is I guess like a Reddit or something on Craigslist for people that post on there. They're like, I'm gonna go jack off in public, and we'll want to watch. I'll be right here. Like they just post that and then they go jack off in their car in a certain parking space.
I was just about to say, I don't think I've ever jacked off in my car, but that's also not true. I got halfway through that thought and was like, oh yeah, in the Jeep down the highway, you thought you were being slick.
Yeah, that seems like a junkie mentality of like, wow, that's disgusting. I could never. Oh, I did. Like, wow, at a certain point, you just forget your morals when you're not dosing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember being drunk and doing some woman in the bathroom of a club. It's like, I mean, and like we didn't lock the door.
Just who cares? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
If they want to watch, let them.
Yeah.
I'll make them pay me for it. I would. Shit.
Yeah.
I've never had sex in a public restroom. That's one for sure. I had to think about it and double check. Yeah, I'd never had sex in a public restroom.
I lost my virginity in a public restroom.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
That was a fucked up day.
Yeah, I thought about that story when I seen this girl at a Hot Topic.
I should probably clarify, I wasn't raped in a public bathroom because I was like, I did a lot of crying.
What senator was
How much did you get paid to keep quiet?
Yeah. No, the person showed up and got me drunk for the first time in my life at the mall and then took me in a public restroom and I cried a lot. That's the actual story. It wasn't rape because it was a girl my age.
Oh, you poor soul. Like, I thought my relationship and viewpoints like on how I deal with women was bad, and then I met you, and
yeah. Well, no. The best part is that it was a family bathroom at Nordstrom's in the mall, and this lady had a baby shitting all over her arms, and so she was banging on the door and screaming the whole time, and like I fucked her about 5 times because if I can call it that, if you can call like crying and nutting immediately, it's fucking. But what is it? I fucked her about 5 times just because I came 5 times in like the span of 3 minutes. And the whole time this lady's banging on the door screaming. She's like, my baby's shitting all over me.
Did you ever yell, don't worry about it, I got it?
Yeah, we had to wait for her to leave. Because we can't both walk out and be like, hey, we're underage.
When I worked at Starbucks, we had cameras pointed towards the doors of the bathroom. And whenever we would have like a big festival going down, because you know you're right in the heart of downtown or whatever. So when you have festivals, a lot of people come around. But we used to play a game and like take bets on when 2 people would walk into a bathroom. Like, how long do you think they'll be in there for until we have to kick them out? But I used to watch like pairs of people go into the bathroom all the time, and it's like it was a really weird thing.
Well, it's Starbucks. That's a nice bathroom. There's a lot of bathrooms I wouldn't fuck in.
I mean, not a lot of bathrooms. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean, now that I have some sort of semblance of self-respect.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, I have some tiny rice grain of respect for myself. So now I have some bathrooms I wouldn't fuck in, like the ones with roaches. I would not fuck on a roach.
I don't think. Oh no, that's not true.
I would fuck on a roach in a hotel room.
Jovi have a song about that? I'm bad with roaches.
Bon Jovi, Bono, and Sting make my stomach hurt because they exist. Can't stand Bon Jovi.
Chris, I can't remember who had this joke. You might be able to remember on Sting, where his Sting comes on the TV and he's like, "We need to save the rainforest." And the comic yells at his TV. He's like, "You're Sting, buy the rainforest. Fuck you." Do you know who does that one?
I forget.
I love that joke.
I remember that joke.
Yeah, that one's great. I think about that every time I see Sting. That's I talked to someone about that. I'm like, why do I love every song by the Police and hate every song by Sting? And it's Stuart Copeland. That's what it is. Like if someone farted into a tuba for 2 hours and Stuart Copeland backed it up, I would love that song.
I don't know who that is.
He's the drummer.
Oh.
He's probably my favorite drummer.
I don't like the Police.
Some people are like, dude, Keith Moon. Nah, I'm Stuart Copeland.
Who's Keith Moon drum for?
The Who.
Oh, I don't like the Who either. Fuck the Who. I don't know why.
By the way, I said favorite, not best, because people argue.
Okay.
No, dude, this. Why am I forgetting his name? Troy is angry at me right now. From Rush.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
No.
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about. But
sometimes names just leave me. I'm surprised I can't remember it, but.
The only super famous drummer I know is John Bonham, and the only reason why I remember that is because I thought his last name was Bottom. And, and I remember I told you that one day, and you had that exact same reaction. And you were like, "Did you just call him John Bottom?" It's like, "Yeah, that's his name, right?"
I know,
you
like,
fucking idiot.
I know, like, the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
With the worst drummers. You know, like,
Yeah.
the guy from Motley Crue.
Oh, Tommy Lee.
Yeah. And Peter Criss from Kiss.
Oh my God. Yeah. By the way, this character I'm doing, I didn't tell you this. This character, Joey Katz, I'm working on. I was trying to think of, I want him to be a rocker guy, but I don't want his taste to be great. I don't want him to like really good bands. So like I was looking up Wasp t-shirts, but I was like, that band's too hateable. Fuck Like a Beast.
Winger.
Yeah.
Get a Winger shirt.
But I thought Kiss would be perfect. If like I had a bunch of Kiss t-shirts. Kiss and Motley Crue.
I could hook you up with.
Oh, that would be awesome. Because that would totally be my costume.
Yeah.
Is repping Kiss. I'd be a huge Kiss fan.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do a character.
No.
After about 5 minutes, I'm so done with pretending.
I've done it before, and I have a lot of fun with it. Just pretending to be something else. Because you get to tell jokes from a different perspective.
Okay.
And deliver them differently. But yeah, this character is going to be a total hack. So it'll be kind of freeing for me because I'll be able to do all the things that disgust me. So it'll be a new experience for me to like
experience
disgusting myself with my stage performance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then trying to play it off.
I think you could do it.
I think I could do it.
If
It'll
we
be
do
fun.
that whole bottle cap idea thing, it would be really good. Yeah.
I found out I can repurpose all of my sober material as Joey Katz and just not say that I'm sober. And it all works exactly the same. Like I wrote a bit about talking to a guy about sobriety, and he says, you know, not that it's not a serious issue, but people say the word disease. Does it really merit disease? And I was like, I once did so much blow, I caught a pigeon with my bare hands. I didn't know you could do that. You ever run at pigeons in the park because you got no job? Yeah, no, I'm diseased. I need medical attention. I need professional doctors.
Yeah.
But I can just take off that sober part and just say, you ever do so much blow, you catch a pigeon with your bare hands, and it's immediately a Joey Katz joke.
I think disease is the wrong word to put it to, because like if you get polio with tuberculosis, you can't just lay in bed with a bunch of blankets for like a week, you know, with Netflix, and all of a sudden you're cured of tuberculosis,
right?
You know, but what do you call it? Depending on how long you've been doing it for, you know, you can sit in a room for a week, watch Netflix, just not really care, and then you'll be fine at the end of that week, at least physically.
Yeah.
If your body has shit and sweat out all the chemicals that you got inside of you, yeah, you'll feel okay.
I could see how it's kind of difficult to call something a disease when it's your fault. Like, but also running around outside in the snow with wet hair is your fault. It's just to what degree your fault it is. If you decided to do that while you got sick and still ran outside with wet hair and knowing it was going to make you worse, I guess it's a lot your fault.
So is your character gonna drink like Ron White?
Like Ron White? Oh no, I'm gonna be more like Nick Swartzen. Like I'm gonna get a beer on stage, but I don't think I could do the Ron White. I'm sure he'll drink like Ron White, but not what Ron White drinks.
Right.
Yeah. No, if I could pull off smoking on stage, I'd do that too. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna chug beers pretty much the whole time. I've got a whole thing planned out about how to do it. I need to go buy some beer and give them to somebody to drink.
I gotta help you out with that.
Yeah,
let's do that tonight.
I used to have a bit when I was drinking, something about getting a DUI in my wheelchair because I was the only one the cops could catch. Fucking speed bumps.
It's funny.
Speed bumps. That's a great mental image.
You know, it's funny because we've been talking about like some of my jokes that are kind of corny, but then like the tagline is what makes them. Yeah. You know.
Well, because you'll write punchline first,
right,
and work backwards to the really good punchline.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's that Tigger joke is the only one I heard. I hated the first time I heard it. That one. Do you remember that one?
The what joke?
The Tigger joke.
Tigger.
On Winnie the Pooh. Do you not remember that one?
I know. It's hard for me to remember.
It was backstage when we went to Stargazers. I sat on the steps and just did your whole act, pantomime. The whole fucking thing, all your timing and everything. I didn't look at you at all. I just I've seen your act enough. Yeah.
It was so spot on.
I would wait for like the first word to know what joke it was. Everyone's going gangster. All right. I would do that one. That's great.
Is there any coffee left in those cups? Or
maybe
something?
There's none in the cups, but oh wait, there's some there.
That's Scott's. I don't want to drink that.
Yeah, don't. You might get what he has.
Anime fever.
You might stop fucking and start reading manga.
I'm already not fucking.
Well, don't pick up manga because that'll seal it.
I really like anime, and I slightly like manga. Manga. How do you say it?
Manga, I guess, is technically correct.
Manga like nerd.
I kind of really don't care about the pronunciation of Japanese words.
Yeah, no. I don't. Okay, yeah. I think I got nothing on that thought. Sorry, brain starts.
Are you starting to shut down?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm kind of what do you call it? Hungry. I want to smoke. Do we have any food at the place?
Yeah, we should. We can make soup.
Or something like that.
We might stop. You're probably going to want to stop by McDonald's, right?
Yeah. Somewhere.
Yeah, dude. Well, I guess we can wrap this up.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I think this topic deserves like another shot.
Yeah.
I would like it if what do you call it? We did try to do this again, but we started it like first. Because earlier today I was feeling like when we first started podcasting, I was feeling pretty good, and then I shut down again. I got to work on that though. Like just not immediately shutting down when you want to. But yeah, no, I'm kind of hungry.
It was a weird day today because I was waiting to see what the word on those Texas shows was, because I didn't want to book a bunch of people in a row and then have to cancel on all of them.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like taking last minute podcast guests of like who could show up when. So it was kind of all backwards. I would have worked it a little better for next time.
Organize it.
But we'll do another one because I like talking about this sobriety. I think it's interesting.
Almost like when I was writing ideas out in the lobby, I only have one. There's only one idea about sobriety on here because I don't want to overdo it with talking about my sobriety. Like I kind of want to leave that part behind. Like I'm very proud of myself, and I do, I want to embrace being sober and stuff like that. But I want to get to a point sooner than later as to where like the first 5 things that pop up in my head are not about drugs or being sober. I want to start training my brain into thinking about other things or bringing up other topics and stuff like that. Because as funny as I find my drug jokes a lot of the time, the way that I write them or just like the timing that I have for them, not funny to a lot of other people. So not even just for them, but just specifically because I want to start training my brain to think about other shit instead of just drugs. Yeah, I'm tired of thinking about drugs. Been doing it for 8 years. Done. Yeah.
I just like sobriety because it's like a sudden, like all of a suddenly, I guess like if you wore drunk goggles for the first 10 years of your life, like I don't remember my childhood, and then the rest is alcohol. So it's like discovering the world at 22. Yeah. So it's a totally new. So it's interesting to me that changed. Now my brain's gone. It's no more.
Well, you've been talking for like 4 or 5 hours straight.
Have I?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, because
I can go.
What time did we get here?
Oh shit! I don't even know. We'll just wrap it up.
Yeah, okay. Probably about 5.
Yeah. You've been talking like straight for like about 4 or 5 hours now.
Damn,
hardcore. Getting that podcast and shit done.
Right. Well, now I'll have enough content to start releasing it on iTunes.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I can really push it.
Maybe later tonight too, if you feel like doing it. We could always like podcast at home still.
Yeah. No, I have that H5. That doesn't work. Son of a bitch. Say something funny, Darren.
Something funny like